We're ready.
Right. Right, you two. Sam. Hush. Right.
So my FMP is going to be Converse commercial. I always really like Converse shoes and also advertising, so combining two of my passions together I think would be pretty good for my FMP. So these are kind of like rough ideas of what I'm going to be doing, so kind of making some posters along with a couple commercials alongside it as well. So these ones I really like, especially they like the colours and the font. So the contents of my FMP will consider a range of adverts and posters. So I'm going to do 4 commercials, of which 2 are for social media and will be animated, and 2 real world, kind of like YouTube style adverts. And there's also going to be some posters to go along with it as well, just to kind of create a campaign. So the animated ones are going to be sort of short, like 5 seconds. You'll see like an Instagram story. It's like A4 kind of things. And also one kind of 16:9 billboard poster as well to go along with the adverts. So the real world ones are kind of going to be kind of like skater vibe kind of thing. Do like skate artists skating around with shoes on. Obviously they've been like the forefront of my adverts. Yeah, and then obviously changing locations with different colours and different styles of the shoes as well. So a fair few. So my kind of main area that my adverts would be going on as such would be on YouTube. Like they're sort of the 30-second unskippable ones that you watch before the YouTube video. So they're roughly 30 seconds to a minute long, depending on the sort of genre and style that I'm going to be doing. So within my research, the company Converse does not have any specific kind of advertising styles to go off by. So I'm also looking into other companies as well that would kind of have a more kind of advertising, yeah. Oh, my mind.
You're looking at ones that are similar to Converse that have advertising.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
Fine,
So
on board.
yeah. So since Converse doesn't have any kind of like television or YouTube adverts per se, it's good to look into other companies that would kind of and then take ideas from that, but also still have the original kind of Converse style within. So these are some other kind of posters that I like. They're kind of very minimal, majority of them, right? With the shoes being the forefront, obviously, and with their other kind of clothing as well. So my specific USP/target market is those of a younger age, between the ages I want to say 16 to 28, sort of older teenagers, younger adults. Because I feel like that's the majority of what people wear them. I've seen Converse for long, but the majority of their kind of target market that wears them are like young teenagers, or young teenagers to young adults. Many kind of similar companies like Dickies, Vans. They have sort of short, fast-paced adverts, which I can loosely base my idea around. So making sure that I can sort of go off by other companies as well. They have a very unique style, Converse, in comparison to the other brands I'm looking into. So trying to incorporate the brand kind of recognition, what they sort of stand for, within my advert is very important. So these are some kind of adverts that I'm going to kind of loosely base mine off. Also one being Vans, one that's not loading, it's Converse. The Converse one is made by students who made it for a uni course. So these kind of like real world adverts where they sort of show them in the use cases and they're not necessarily kind of like the shoes, they're kind of beat up and shown that like there's extreme stuff that people do to them. That's kind of like the sort of style that I'm going for when I say real world. Sort of like shown in a like skating around. So I am gonna try and do more like the Vans one with the skateboard. I can't skate, so I'm gonna have to learn that. But trying to incorporate both of those into one kind of advert would be interesting. They're not stopping. There we go. So my target market, like I said before, 16 to 28, that's kind of like my broad range. A lot of these kind of adverts are very colourful, which would sort of mean that they're sort of catered towards a younger audience, but I'm sort of in that middle range. And I want to create the posters somewhat similar to these, and I'll be looking into kind of more older style posters and adverts, because I kind of want to do like a more vintage style. So these ones are kind of older style, and then this one with the orange shoes are actually from this year, but they kind of make it look older with the sort of colours and this font. So trying to do something like that is what I will be aiming to do. So there isn't necessarily going to be a main character as such, it'll just be someone going around, and once again there'll be no kind of like speech or narration, it'll just be kind of like music. It will be just going between different locations, skate park, the woods as well, and it'll be just in different locations, and yeah, and that's it.
Brilliant. Dan? Well done. Really good. Nice and confident.
Do you want
No, it's
do
brilliant.
you want me to skate in it?
If you
Do
want.
you want me to skate? I can drop in
Don't
that
get
height
Ed,
now.
don't
I
get
can
Ed.
skate.
Ed cannot skate. I will be a better model than you. Yeah, but you can't.
I'll have you both.
Yeah, fine. Cancel.
That's
So I'll just
a cold
strap it
hill.
down.
Right, we've hit
I
lunchtime,
will-
so